Hi guys, my name is Mark and today I give you another review of the SATURN and the Venus Pro by Lethal Gaming. I know there are a lot of reviews out there already, but believe me, it's worth it. Let's go. It's a review of a very known pet already. I think a lot of you, or the most of you, already know Lethal Game Gear. Most of you already know the SATURN. The SATURN once supposed to be, or was talked about to be, the Artisan Zero killer, and it kinda was, even without having a Porone base. But now Lethal updated this pet, or basically it just got a new base. It got the Porone Xsoft base. Now you ask me or yourself or in the comments, but Mark, what is Porone? Porone basically is a PU, a cushion. So it's a, how can I tell? It's made for, yeah, basically it was made as a cushion PU for like trays and bars to prevent something to just when something drops or you lay something on a bar or on wherever you want to lay it on, it doesn't touch the metal or the floor or the ground below it. That's what it basically was made for. So Porone is made and patented in Japan. There are some companies who are able or allowed to produce Porone. And nowadays, or back in the days, there was only one company who made Mouspads with Porone base, which you may all know. It's the company is called Artisan. They are located in the Kobe region. Yes, the Kobe region, the same region where the famous meat is coming from in Japan. And these guys are seemed to be the #1 premium manufacturer for Porone pads. They had a lot of surprisingly good surfaces like the Otsu, the Zero, and the Hien. Those three are, in my opinion, also the most famous. The Otsu is still a secret, or like one of my favorites. And they also have the Raiden. Raiden is also known as one of the fastest cloth pad out there, also with a lot of problems. And they had the Shidenkai. Shidenkai was one of those glass-infused pads, which lately they just stopped to produce. And they all were available in 3 different bases, so 3 different Porone bases. The Xsoft, which is equal to the Xsoft version of Lethal Game Gear here, and the soft and the mid. So now you will ask me, after we talked about what is Porone, you will just ask me, okay Mark, but what's the difference now between Xsoft, soft and mid? And why should I buy the Xsoft pad, not the soft or the mid? One thing is, or from what I expect or heard and saw, that those 99% of you, of the viewership, of the players, of the average or even higher skill sealed people enjoy Xsoft pads the most. Why is it so? I think the reason, or the main reason for this, is that the Xsoft base gives the fabric more opportunities to work with your mouse. So depends on which mouse model, which skate model, and which grip type, which sitting type, forearm type, whatever. So the whole posture you have, and the mouse and skate combination and aim combination you're using is always inflicting the total behavior of any mouse pad. And the Xsoft is the cushion, so the foam, which gives the most ability to the fabric on the pad to touch the most of your skates and of your mouse. This has a lot of advantages for most of you. It reduces aim jitter, it gives secureness in flicks and tracking. It also lowers the speed a bit, but overall most people feel more comfortable whilst aiming with the Xsoft pad. I can understand this, because most of you still play very heavy mice, play core skates. I have no idea why, and these can lead to a lot of problems whilst aiming and tracking and flicking. So those Xsoft pads will help you a lot. For me, the Xsoft pad is never the best choice. It's a good choice, but not the best, because I don't say I'm a good aimer or gamer or whatever, but for me, I enjoy those soft and mid pads way more. Why? They are more consistent. They are more likely to behave the same under any conditions. Why it is so? a X-Soft pad, when you are in a stress situation, in a clutch, you want to 1v3 the team in Apex, you want to ace in Valorant or whatever, your mental and physical pressure raises. And one thing you will do is pressuring your mouse into the pad. Why? Because you really want this win, you want the clutch, you want to beat these guys. And without even noticing it, you will pressure the mouse even more. The more stressful the situation, the more you will pressure the mouse into the pad. And one problem with Xsoft is that you can pressure so much that the friction can raise so heavy or so much that you are not able to fulfill your flick, or your tracking gets way slower. Your flick stops way earlier, and that's a huge problem. It's the consistency is not as good as on a soft or even on a mid. Consistency on a mid Porone based pad is way better. When you are a high skill, high sealed, aim trained person, you will realize that a mid pad, which will stick or which sticks on your desks, helps you to perform way better than a X-Soft. That's what I can say from my experience and from what I'm here when I'm talking with people like Noted, Nix Ames, with Sua or other high-skilled guys. Honestly, I never talked with Heaton about this, but I will ask him for the next pet review. And for me, it was a clear choice for Lisa GameGear to make the X-Soft first, as most people requested them, because the more people will buy it because they know it's good. They know it from Artisan. X-Soft is great for them, and they will buy it when it is at least a GameGear. So now we will say, okay, you talked a lot about already. Let's come to the facts. I can tell you, we start off with the box. The box is on the 50/50 version, a solid card box. And inside this, where you already can read on the outside, it's made by Liesel. It's made in Taiwan, not in China, by the way. And I can tell you, I read already on Twitter that a lot of other companies are coming with Porone pads. One thing here up front, some of the bigger players who claim to have Porone pads, it's not Japanese patented Porone. It's a Porone rebuilt made in China. And I already can tell you, I know this company is watching this video. These pads will be trash. They will be cheap, but they will be trash. Okay? Just telling this up front. And when these pads release, I will review these pads and I will show you why they are trash. We will destroy them and I will prove that they basically want to rip you off with no real Porone pads. But that said already up front, I just want to keep this here and already have it said, so you are informed. But these are real Porone pads. The company where Liesel is producing is also a company we are producing it. The next Valhound pad, the Valhound 2.0 or the Prone pad, some people call it already, is made in the same factory, and that's real imported Porone. And the quantity you have to order is extremely high to get the production there. It's unbelievably high, you can't imagine. That's why it is in Taiwan, not in China. And they make a solid card box. And inside the card box, you get the normal packaging of the pad. You can use it anytime. You can easily open it, the card box, and you can easily open this one. And you can use it again for transport, for example. Very good made. Quality of the packaging is very high. You get a very good product or product packaging for the price you're paying. You can read everything. That's the SATURN Pro packaging. Speed is set in medium. You have some information about design, the pad, and everything else on the back side too. Very good made, as I said already. I like it a lot, and I think that's what you should get for like €59 in the European store for the 50x50 and €55 for the smaller one. I think the price in US dollar over there in the Lisa shop is pretty much the same. But what you get for it is like really good. One thing is, when you just open those boxes, you get your pad. This one is the red Saturn. You put it out and you feel like, when you had the Artisan X-Soft already, you feel like, oh, it feels better. And then you go to wherever you have your Artisan X-Soft pad, and then you do like, you compare it. You compare the backside, for example, and you realize the version of Liesel feels way better than the version of Artisan. And then you just compare the edge stitching and you think yourself, oh wow, Liesel edge stitching, the edge stitching they have is also very, very good. Maybe it's better because it's softer. And the downside also looks like it will hold better on their desk. So in general, I can tell you for those $20 to $40 or euros less you pay for a Liesel pad, you get a better pad. And not even if it would cost the same, you would get a better pad. So this competition is really, really hard for Artisan, as I believe or hope that Liesel will spread those pads out everywhere on the world and raise the counts or the numbers of produced pads a lot. If you compare for Artisan, you always have trouble to get them. You need to pre-order and you have to nearly pay 100 euros or US dollar with shipping, with everything else. It's very expensive, and basically for nearly the half you get a better pad at least at every Liesel shop or every shop who sells Liesel pads. At the end, I can tell you, if you're looking for a base Poron pad, Liesel will be the better choice. And if you have the SATURN already and you ask yourself now, Mark, you showed the red SATURN and you also have the black SATURN, which one is better? Or is it better than my old SATURN? Is it slower? I already talked about it in the German version, and I realized that, or I have in mind that most people ask me, or the most asked question already in the last 2 days was, is the SATURN X-Soft slower? And I can tell you guys, it's not slower. It's more controllable because it's a X-Soft base, but I think, or feels a little bit faster for me, because the Poron is like unlocking the smoothness of the circle woven surface, so of the circle weaving, and it feels very good. Has a very linear characteristic glide and friction too, and it has a feelable stop point. Just to compare it with the old SATURN, I would go or mention that the Pro version is really a Pro version. It feels better, feels smoother, has a more characteristic stop point because of the X-Soft surface. And then I just tried it out with those, with one of our pulsar mice from our shop, which came back because they say, or the customer said it's defect, but it's in perfect condition, basically. But I use it now for my reviews. Thanks, by the way, for sending it back and not telling the truth, but it's okay. I tried it out, and I can tell you with the stock skates, with the stock PTFE skates on the pulsar, the stop point on the SATURN is very feelable, very pronounced, and very knowledgeable. So you can really feel and have exact the same stop point and start point all the time. Friction-wise, the glide is very, very smooth, very consistent. There's like no interruption, even if you try to make slow movement and slow glides. Feels very, very, very good on this pad. Then I also tried the new BTL glass skates, which we have on one of our GPX Superlights, and I also compared them with the Super Glides from Pulsar, and I already can tell you, I will also make another video for it, that those BTL skates are way better, because they're a little harder, the surface is a little better, longer lasting, the fitting in the plastic, so general fitting is way better than on the Pulsar versions, but I will show you another version, as I told you already, and I feel very comfortable with them, and I can tell you that normally when I use the Super Glides feel like, that's what people have, or most people have this problem. They feel like they build up resistance over the glide or over the length of the glide. So it feels like they have stick points or sticky fields. You don't have this feeling with those BTL skates, and I can tell you it's very enjoyable. It's a little faster than the PTFE, and the stop point is more loose, so the stop point is not as pronounced or knowledgeable, feelable than with those PTFE skates. Then I also tested those Sapphire skates on my Zaunkönig. These are the most neutral skates I have, to be honest, and for me, they give me the perfect feeling on the SATURN. In general, the SATURN is too slow for me to play. I tried it on Chatterline yesterday live on stream. It's just too slow for me to perform good, but I think it's a good tactical shooter pad, not gonna lie. It's even a better one than a normal Saturn. But for me, the conditions are very good with this, with the sapphire skates, pronounced stop point, start point, very good glide. But yeah, this is how it should be. Not gonna lie. For this money and for what you expect to when you buy this pad, when you buy a pro pad, it should be like this, and it is like this. Now we go over to the Venus version. The Venus is like, yeah, it's a hybrid based pad. It's, or they say the speed is high, or it's a speed pad. For me, I have to say, if I compare it, or how I have it in mind with other hybrid pads, the speed is more like medium to, yeah, a little bit above medium on a hybrid pad base, because I know hybrid pads which are way faster, and there are also hybrid pads which are slower, like the Equate, for example. Yeah, it is a hybrid pad, but this one is very good. It's very in the middle, very pronounced. I played like the red one yesterday, 7 hours in total on my stream. I enjoyed it a lot. The only thing for me, the only problem I have with the Xsoft base, as I said already, over the time, is that at the end of the evening, like after 5-6 hours, when you get a little bit exhausted and the aim fatigue hits you, I'm not as consistent, for example, as I am on Walhaut, because Walhaut is not that soft. That's why I'm more consistent with this. But nevertheless, said, it's very good. It's pixel precise. You can very good aim, mini and micro correct on it, and it works very well. I played it with 1600 dpi on 4000 hertz on my Zaunkönig, and it's very pixel precise. You can make insane flicks, shots, tracking is on point, everything good with it. Is so far for me the best Poron, or the only real existing Poron alternative to a Ku or a Otsu. No, not Otsu, a Ku or a Hien. It's not comparable with Otsu, but I think at least it is working on Otsu version 2, as much as I remember and saw. Maybe what did I say? I did not say it. So yeah, it's a very good pad, very enjoyable. If I compare it, for example, with the old Venus, has nothing to do with the old Venus. The old Venus wasn't a pet I really liked. It looked like it has a very, a very small pattern. Looked really, for me, it was a hybrid pet which was very overrated. I didn't enjoy it very much. But the new one is very good, and both pets in both colors, I would say, you can buy them. Just if you think you need to try or test something new, just buy them. They're both awesome. Even if I don't make money in my shop with it, because I can't sell it, because there's an exclusive deal with a competitive shop in the internet in Europe, I just can tell you, buy it. If you're in UK, buy it at Zerk Gaming. If you're in the States, buy it at Liesel Game Gear. If you are in Brazil, buy it at Dr. Mouse. I can just tell you, you won't make anything wrong. It's a very good pet, superior quality, and I think it's worth the money by far. It's a very good pet. That's basically all I have to say about it. If you just want to know something more, or more about my opinion, just put it down in the comments below. I will try to answer as good and soon as possible. Thanks guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.